Welcome back to the Robinson Replay. It's your favorite father-son sports podcast. What's up, Dad?
What's up? Four.
You were just doing some golfing, huh?
Just got done doing some golf, doing the deed tonight. It was a little rough for the first night, but to be expected, you know. It's the way it goes when you're knocking off the rust. It's been over a year since I golfed last, so definitely a little excited. I'm excited to golf, excited to get it back out there. I love being outdoors. I think I might buy some new clubs.
Really?
I'm thinking about buying some new clubs. I got some new shoes. Got some nice new golf shoes. So next, maybe some clubs in the work.
How old are your clubs?
Probably 25 years old, 30 years old, maybe.
Oh, wow.
Older than you,
Older
probably.
than me, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah,
It's been a while.
I think the technology has kind of progressed since then, probably.
Yeah, and I definitely need a new driver. No doubt about that. Definitely need a new driver. So that's for sure. I just need to practice. Need to go out and hit some clubs and see how it feels.
Yeah. Well,
So,
the best clubs won't make you hit it good. Still,
I know.
though.
It's just I prefer to start to hit a little better, and I think if I get some new clubs, it might help a little bit. We'll see.
Yeah, definitely. I was thinking the same thing, but my clubs are perfectly fine for the amount of golf that I do. I just went golfing a couple days ago. Nice to get out there, and yeah, hoping to do some more out there. It's a nice weekend, summer
Nice.
activity.
Yeah, nice being in a golf league. So I play every Wednesday. So it forces me to play, and then hopefully here when I golf, when I retire, I'm gonna golf more.
Yeah,
That's the goal.
yeah,
I got goal.
yep. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good, sir. All right. Well, for this episode here, really got the MLB and the NBA going on. So, firstly, starting off with the MLB, the standings where we are today. I haven't talked about the MLB in a couple weeks. Been busy with the NFL draft and with the playoffs and March Madness and everything there. So haven't really fit in a lot of MLB. Kind of the picture for the standings is kind of coming into shape a little bit more here as teams have found their identity or lack of one here. Some all-stars kind of appearing. Really good rookie class. What do you think about the MLB this season? What stands out in this picture here? What do you think?
When you look at this picture, there's a lot of mediocrity and below level, but below the 500 level of baseball. I mean, there's three teams in the whole American League that are above 500 currently. 3 teams out of 15. That's hard to believe. 3 teams out of 15. Nobody's out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Well, even the Red Sox are 15-21, so they're not even out of it. But it's just like everybody. They win a game, they lose a game, they win a game, lose a game, except for your, of course, your Dodgers, your Cubs, your Braves, your Yankees. Those teams obviously they got the big salaries, they got the big money. They got the big players and the good pitching staffs for the most part, that they're able to produce big scoring teams, and the starting pitching staff for the Yankees is very good. Dodgers is good. Braves, I was pretty impressed with the Braves overall.
Yeah.
I didn't think they were going to be this good this year, but they have done really well. They've had a nice bounce back. Acuna has been out with an injury, so they've struggled a little bit lately, but overall they're still doing well.
Yeah.
But like I said, there's a lot of mediocrity and below mediocrity going on here, for sure.
Yeah, Braves definitely a bit of a surprise. They did come off a 76-win season last year, snapped a 70-year postseason streak.
Yeah.
Now they have the best record in baseball, the best run differential, and lead the league in runs scored. Yeah.
So in some of these teams, especially in the AL, that they have some potential, they just have maybe little injuries or they're just trying to figure out their way. But, you would think by the end here of April, and we've gone into May now, that these teams would start to show a little bit more identity. I'm not sure that some of them yet, is it just bad baseball or is it the other the three or four teams are just that much better?
Hmm.
So I don't know. I'm gonna give it another month here at the end of May, and then I'll reevaluate here. Maybe we can reevaluate it and really see what's up, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, the Knicks just won 108-102. Knicks beat the Sixers.
There you go.
Um,
2-0 lead.
yep. So, I mean, the Mets have been the most disappointing of all any team.
Yeah, look
I
at
mean,
that there. Wow.
look at that. They're 13-22, the worst record in baseball, and they have one of the top 3 to 4 payrolls in baseball too.
Yeah.
So it does go to show you that money cannot buy everything, obviously, in this state. But
Mm-hmm.
but with the other teams like the Yankees and the Cubs and the Dodgers and even the Braves, they bought their teams and they're doing real well. I'm interested to see now, especially with the AL Central, how the Tigers end up doing with Scooby-Doo out for the next 2 months. At least 2 to 3 months he's out. Scooble is
Yeah.
gone for the next 2-3 months. He's got some surgery on I believe his elbow. So that could be very interesting. So he may not be back till September. And by then they could be out of it. Or they could still be hanging around and he comes back and helps them out. But, after being out for 2-3 months, that could be a lot. So I'm interested to see how the Tigers do without him. They obviously, like I said, they've been around 500, it looks like here. And there's some teams, though, that have surprised me in a good way, too. The White Sox, I know they're 17-20. That's not great, but they've played decent baseball. They're not, 5-30 at this time. Lots of times in other seasons they've been that way. So even though some of these teams are not great, they're playing better than they usually do, if that makes sense. One of the other big ones on here is the Red Sox. They're definitely playing subpar baseball. And they're definitely a high spending team that is not doing that great. So that's sort of surprising to me. But my dark horse out of all these is the Tampa Bay Devil Rays.
Devil Rays.
Well, they used to be the Devil Rays. Sorry. The Tampa Bay Rays. They used to be the Devil Rays. They are my most surprised team of all. Low payroll. They play in a crap bucket place in Tropicana Field. They just don't give up runs. All their runs lately, I believe the last 13 or 14 games have all been unders on for those people that like to spend a little money. All their team points are under. So it's 7, if the game total is 7.5, 8, whatever, all of it's been under. So they don't score much, but they have great pitching. Great starting pitching, and their bullpen's really good too. So to me, the Tampa Bay Rays are the biggest surprise, especially for a low market team.
Yeah.
Luke, what do you think? About anything else?
Well, what about the Guardians here? They got a real good rookie, Chase DeLauder there. Tell me a bit about the Guardians and
Well,
their
they just brought up
chances
their
this year.
number 1 pick too from 2 years ago, 24.
Yeah.
Benzana, the second baseman, he got his first hit a couple days ago. Listen, they need to find out what they have and what they don't have. My thing is, Ramirez has struggled this year. He's not been the Ramirez of old. He's struggled. The pitching has been keeping them in the games that they are in. The pitching's been top shelf. They've lost 2 games in a row now to the Royals. But as you can see, everybody just sort of beats up on each other. You split a series. You win 3 out of or 2 out of 3. One time, the next time you play the next round, you win 2. You win 1 out of 3. So they just keep bouncing back and forth. That's why the whole division's basically almost 500. So it's they just really need to go into their farm system and really test their players out in the big leagues to see what their future plans are going to be, who they're going to draft, if they ever will spend any money. The problem is, I don't think they're ever going to do anything unless they dole and sell the team, and I don't know if that's going to happen. I hope it does sometime because they need to spend some money in order to get at least a couple decent players. We got to get some players that get hit. I know that eventually I think Bo Naylor's going to end up either getting traded, demoted, or put down or something, and they're going to bring up another rookie catcher that needs to come up. And he's pretty good. He just got hurt recently, though, so he went on the DL, or he probably would have been up by now and took Naylor's spot. So I like what the Guardians can possibly do in the future. The problem is that they're just so young that I don't think they have it in them
Yeah.
to go far. But in that division, anything can happen because all the teams in that division, as far as I'm concerned, are 500 ball clubs. It's anybody's division as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think when it comes down to the end, it's the Yankees in the AL, and it's going to come down to the Braves, Cubs, and Dodgers.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah. How about the Reds there too? Got to shout out the Reds, of course.
Yeah.
Being in the Cincinnati area here, they have the NL Rookie of the Year front runner, Sal Stewart, 22-year-old, has had 9 home runs, leading 29 RBIs, 7 stolen bases. Yeah. So after being a 2022 draft pick.
Yeah. Well, my goal this summer is to go and catch quite a bit of baseball if I can. I want to go to Cleveland to catch some games, Detroit, catch some games, go down to Cincy, catch some games. So my goal is to definitely see some baseball over the summer. Me and my friend Pat went to see the Guardians-Orioles game. He's an Orioles fan a couple weeks ago. We had front row seats in the upper deck behind home plate. A lot of fun. It was a cold day, of course, in Cleveland, but it was nice. At least the sun was out. It was just nice to just sit in a ballpark and just sort of like take it all in and look at over the skyline and just hopefully hoping that it's going to be nice weather, sustainable nice weather. Of course, in northwest Ohio here, and I mean Cleveland's in northeast Ohio. Just northern part of Ohio is just rough. So yeah,
Definitely excited to go to some more baseball games here as we get into the actual summer here. A lot going on. We'll keep updated with the MLB here, but obviously, your Dodgers and Yankees and Braves are taking the lead, full swing there for sure.
yeah. I think it's a three pony race there in the NL.
Yeah, and Seattle too. I think I had Seattle in the preseason prediction.
Well, yeah, they were
So.
because Seattle was obviously their runner up.
Mhm.
Wait, yeah, they were runner up, right? Didn't Toronto win? Wait,
No, it was Toronto
yeah, Toronto won, right?
against LA, right? Last
Yes,
year? Yeah,
yes, mm-hmm,
in the
mm-hmm.
World Series.
Yep,
Yep. Yeah.
yep.
All right. That
All
it
right,
for MLB there?
yeah, I think so. I
All right.
definitely would get some more information on that, though. I plan on going to some Mud Hens game, which is Mud Hens are the affiliate, of course, of the Tigers,
Mhm.
and of course, the Guardians is the Columbus Clippers. So I definitely like to see what's up and coming and who could be the next star. And there's been a lot of amateur 2024 draft players that have come up this year and made a huge impact in baseball. Like you said, the guy from Sal Stewart, he was for 2024. Benzana, um, Weatherholt, guy from
Mhm.
St. Louis Cardinals. Lot of guys from the 2024 class are definitely making an impact this year in baseball.
Yeah. Love it. Awesome. All right. Well, we got the NBA playoffs here. We got the conference finals currently taking place. Obviously, you just said, Dad, that the Knicks won against the
Hmm.
76ers tonight. So they now have a pretty commanding 2-0 lead. Won both their games at home there. And then the other game tonight, I think, is the Timberwolves Spurs, right? That probably just
Yes, they're
started.
on.
Mm-hmm.
It's 13-12 San Antonio first quarter. Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
So how about the Timberwolves beating Denver there?
Yeah, Denver, Murray did not play well in that series at all. And, it was Joker by himself pretty much. I felt like he was on an island. Gordon didn't play in a couple games because he was hurt, and they just were just a one-trick pony. Murray had no life, no help to the Joker, and yeah, Timberwolves just had a lot more balance to them with Ant and McDaniels and Naz Reid and Gobert and Vincenzo blew out his Achilles, so he's out, and that Dubasso, he really played well for the Timberwolves until he got hurt. But he's back. I believe tonight he is back. Matter of fact, he just made a shot. But yeah, so the Timberwolves were an upset for sure. But like I said, I Denver really needs to do some off-season tooling to make themselves. First of all, they got to keep Joker around. He says he wants to stay there. He likes it there, but he needs help.
Hmm.
And right now, that Cam Johnson was the only other guy scoring for Denver. It's Cam Johnson and Joker. Besides that, it was nothing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they definitely need some help there in order to, because obviously the West is loaded. So, once obviously they get Doncic back to the Lakers, and we'll see if LeBron stays there. The Rockets want to maintain what they got and I'm sure they'll get a piece or two there. And obviously San Antonio with Wemby, and he's got pieces around him, and they're young. So the West is loaded, and Denver needs some definitely retooling.
Yeah, yeah. How about the Timberwolves with McDaniel there? He's been balling out. Um, Able to get the first win against the Spurs, even with Wemby had a NBA record in a playoff game of 12 blocks in a single game.
Mhm.
How about that?
The problem with Wemby is he shot too many doggone 3-pointers.
Yeah.
He was 0 for 7 on threes. I think it was 0 for 7. Not good. You listen. You're 7'4". Get down under the rim. Go against your other Frenchman over there. Your Franceman, Gobert, and go to work on him. You're the young guy. Show your moves down there and get busy instead of taking all these threes. So I think he needs to make sure that he gets his rebounds, gets his blocks, and inside out, get the ball down to him, kick it out for some threes or some dribble penetration, and that's the way that they need to run through that way.
Hmm.
Shooting 7 threes in a game is not going to work, and especially if you're missing them all. So you could have 20 blocks. Doesn't matter. So, but I still like San Antonio to come out of that series and win it. I mean, they San Antonio had an opportunity right down to the end, even though they did not play a
Hmm.
good game
Yeah.
overall. San Antonio did not play. They still had an opportunity to hit the go ahead 3 at the end and win it, but no dice.
Hmm.
Ant, of course, is the big factor. He's still injured. He was coming off the bench again tonight, so his minutes are low. You could tell he just doesn't have that burst to him. So I'm interested to see if he gets better as the series goes on, if he starts playing more minutes, how that goes. I almost thought they might sit him tonight just
Hmm.
because if he would have got an extra couple days rest, to go home with a 1-1, that's what they at least wanted to split. They're going to get that for sure. So, we'll see what happens, but I think that's out of all the 4 of these series, I think that's the best series out of the 4. So
Yeah.
that's just me personally.
Yeah, so you think definitely OKC is gonna have a command over the Lakers there,
Yeah,
huh?
and Reeves looked awful last night. He couldn't hit the
Yeah.
broadside of a barn. He was terrible. LeBron's not going to be able to carry him past OKC. Um, and without Doncic still out, I don't think they could do anything. Oklahoma City is by far the deepest team of any team in the playoffs. The second one would be San Antonio as second deepest, but besides that, but if they lose Wemby, they're done too. They could just write their ticket. Everything goes through Wemby, but at least they have some people to help them out.
Yeah, I mean
Denver didn't
SGA
have
didn't
that.
even have that good of a game,
No, I
and
don't even think he had
they
20
still,
points, did he?
yeah, yeah, he didn't even
I
do
think he had
that
16 or
crazy.
18
Yeah,
points, and he's averaged 20 points or more for how many straight games did he average? Or
yeah,
how many
yeah.
games was that?
It
Yeah.
was for like a whole,
Yeah,
basically a
for
year.
like a year
Yeah,
and a half or
huh,
something like
yeah,
that.
uh-huh.
So, yeah, I don't even, and they still dominated that game. Um, Now, I tell you what, my Cavaliers, I'm having buyer's remorse with old Harden.
Uh-oh.
It's terrible. He can't even dribble the ball. They are cutting him off on his left hand. He dribbles into them constantly. He goes left, goes left, goes left. Turnover, turnover, turnover. I don't know how many he ended up with last night. Was it 8? Was it 10? I don't know. At least he had enough guts to come out after the game and say, "This one was on me. I lost the game for us." Because he did. He was absolutely terrible. He couldn't make any shots. He was a turnover machine. Um, Unfortunately, we have to go back to the old days of Spider taking over, and but he's been a little more apprehensive to take the hits. It seems like the Cavaliers play soft. Yesterday, Allen got in foul trouble right away. That hurt him. They need to play more physical and protect the ball. Listen, I understand that Detroit is a great defensive team. They are a great defensive team. But the Cavs just need to move the ball around better, and they need to pass the ball quickly to the open guy. If you wait too long, it's too late. Yeah, because I'm telling you what, even Spider was saying today that, hey, maybe we got to start doing some more flops because we're getting bumped and hit, and they're not calling the fouls. Well, that's the kind of playoff basketball it is. You got to be tougher than the other guy, and if you're not tougher, I'm gonna tell you right now, Harden is not tough enough. Guys play, and obviously I've seen all these things. The Cavs are seeing now why nobody wants Harden because of his playoffs and what he does in the playoffs. He's soft. He turns the ball over. He's a choker. He's a choker. So we're going to see if he actually can play tomorrow. They have yet to win a road game in the playoffs. They need a split. I want to see what kind of heart they got tomorrow to come out and actually stick it to him.
Yeah.
I mean, last night that's the problem. They get down right away. Every game, they're down big in the first, second quarter. They get down double digits, and they work so hard to get back. Like last night, they worked so hard to get back. They tied it at 96-96. Next thing I know, it's 106-96 Detroit.
Yeah.
That's the problem. You're using all your energy, putting in all that effort, and it's you got to be a little bit more consistent and cut down on the turnovers. Do you have in front of you how many turnovers I think they had?
Yeah, so
like
he had
20 turnovers.
He had 7 turnovers.
And the Cavs had like 20, didn't they?
Yeah, Harden had 7 turnovers. He was 1 for 6 at the 3 ball.
Mm.
He had 35 minutes, 22 points there. I was hearing some stuff of like the Cavs rotation. They're playing it like it's the regular season, and they just went obviously through a 7-game series there. But I mean,
I'm telling you what, the only thing that gave him a little life last night was Schroeder and Ellis. Ellis had some key threes last night to get him back in the game. I was saying, don't even bring Harden back in. Max Strus had a nice game last night too.
you gotta get Allen involved more for sure. He had 2 points.
Yeah, that's because he got in foul trouble right away. He was in foul trouble like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
he only
instantly.
played 18 minutes.
Yeah. He was foul trouble right away.
Yeah.
He had 3 fouls in a matter of a minute, a couple minutes, and he was done. So, I mean, the thing is, we got to keep our guys on the floor. We have to rotate correctly, and we have to play tougher defense and protect the ball more. It's simple. It's simple basketball. When you're sitting there watching it, it's so frustrating to watch because the things are there. It's like watching junior high basketball. It's not good because it's turnover after turnover. Does it say how many turnovers they had?
As a total, let's see. Let's
They
see.
had to
Go
have
back
20.
to this here. Schedules Tuesday.
They had a bunch. It's
Okay.
bad. All right. Well, don't worry about it, Luke. I know they had at least close to
Why is
20.
this?
I'll tell you another thing though. Cade Cunningham, amazing. He is an orchestrator. He could shoot the ball. He's looked great. He looked great the first game. No, I don't know if the Cavs have anybody that could guard him. The problem is the Cavs don't have a 3-and-D kind of guy, a guy that could D up somebody, a guy that could pass the ball, drive the ball. I don't know. Spider's okay. He's good at shooting the three, and he could drive sometime, but his D is lackluster. But I tell you, I did like when Mobley and Allen were both down in the paint. They played pretty good then, but then, like I said, they got in foul trouble and it was over.
Yeah. Well,
So
Duran is a beast. He had 12
he is.
12 rebounds. I mean, just looking at him, he's not only obviously got the height, but I mean, he's just wide.
Oh yeah, he's a
He's
strong
huge.
dude. He's a big dude.
He's a stud. Yeah.
Didn't help though. It
Love to
didn't
have
help though
him.
that Allen was, like I say, got in foul trouble. That just opened it up for Duran down there to
Yeah.
get more rebounds and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Allen has to stay
I
out of foul
found it
trouble.
finally here. So
Yeah,
they had 20 turnovers.
yeah, 20. That's what I
Yeah.
said. Yeah,
Yep. Yeah.
that's
20 turnovers.
that's unspeakable.
Yeah. And they only led in the game 6% of the whole entire game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's because they get down big and they can't come. And then when they come back,
Mhm.
it's too late.
Yeah.
It's garbage,
Mhm.
complete garbage. Yeah, I hear
Yeah.
you.
Shot
So yeah,
37% from the
so I
3.
do think the Detroit will win the series because Cavs can't win on the road. Knicks are up 2-0. Embiid did not play again tonight. He's got supposedly some hip and knee issues. So yeah, I don't see the Knicks losing this series. I think maybe the Sixers get one game, maybe two if they're lucky. But yeah, I think it's San Antonio, Detroit, Knicks, and OKC will be your final four. As it looks right now, unless something drastic happens with one of these teams that
Mhm.
they light a fire under them. But then again, hey, Timberwolves are hanging in there. I'm proud of them for doing. At least they're showing up.
Yeah, yeah, that's great. Who knows?
I mean,
They could pull it off tonight. I don't know. But
yeah.
yeah, I think OKC is just gonna run away with this. I don't think the rest of these games even matter just because OKC is gonna run away. They may not even lose a freaking game.
Yeah, and even looking at the odds on the right here, it's
Yeah,
basically what I said.
yeah,
OKC, San Antonio, Knicks,
uh,
Detroit. Those are the teams that have, the best chance for sure.
yeah. I mean, 58% is crazy. I mean, that's yeah. All right, we'll stay up to date with the NBA. Got games going on every day here. We do have ending off this episode with a little sneak peek of the Browns' new stadium, Huntington Bank Field. Here, they recently had a groundbreaking ceremony for the new dome stadium in Brook Park.
Mm-hmm.
So got a little video that we'll watch.
Into that building will get that vibe and they'll feel like they're at home. We just don't want this to be a football stadium. We want it to be a place that brings the community together from retail to residential to potential office, spring, summer, winter, fall, you name it. We want to do everything we can to activate that plaza.
The design of the stadium and the entire process is really important to all of us. And we spent a lot of time thinking through all the individual elements, really with the fan at the center of every single decision that we made.
And I would say the Grand Concourse is something that fits along those lines. It's going to be some of the widest concourses in all of the NFL with really high ceilings, and it's actually going to serve both the upper and the lower bowls for our fans. I think Cleveland's tailgating tradition is something that we're all well aware of, so we've worked hard to preserve that as well.
The folded plate roof, really an invention for the Browns. The movement of folding the structure allows it to span those distances to kind of really maximize the transparency and the light that's going to come into the stadium. really what inspired the roof for us were all the iconic atriums found throughout Cleveland. The sound, the energy will all be kind of amplified and directed back down to the field. So tailored together, it really is going to be a loud and raucous environment for those fans.
Creating a home field advantage is extremely important to us as an organization. Our first row of seats will be the closest in the league, and we'll have the steepest and largest fan section in the NFL.
Most importantly for our dog pound, how close they'll be and how steep that rake will be. It's going to sound incredible.
And then maybe the most fun is the visiting team will come out of the tunnel right next to the dog pound. So they're going to feel that intimidation from the moment they step on the field.
We have the best fans in the NFL, and they deserve this. We can't wait for the stadium to open in 2029.
There you go. 2029.
Yep. First of all, I don't think it'll be done in time. It won't be done in time. I guarantee it won't be till 2030. That's my prediction. There's a lot of stuff going on with money and stuff like that from the state, and they got to come up with that $600 million from them and all that other stuff. So my prediction is it will not be till 2030. And the big thing is, if you listen to that, they say it's all about the fans. So we're going to see if it's really about the fans or not here. See if you're going to really price the diehard fans like myself out of our season tickets, or are they going to be sort of reasonable enough that we could still, obviously there's going to be an increase. That's no doubt.
Yeah.
But you got to think that if you really want your fans to be there, you're going to give it over to corporate America and just, sell us out. We'll see how that all happens. That's one of the major things for me. Of course, when they said that about the fans, I'm like, we're gonna hold you to that, and we're gonna see if you really mean it.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
One of the things to me, though, I like the natural lighting thing. The problem, though, is on a sunny day, are you going to bake to death with the sun through that glass? Are you going to turn into like an oven bake and just fry?
Yeah.
Or is it going to be cool enough in there that it's going to be okay? I don't know. To me,
I think it will maybe be like it will
could
see
be like an
through, but like a tinted sort of a thing. Obviously, it's going to be heated and cooled in there so that the climate will stay at a certain degree, temperature and whatnot.
Yeah, but when light reflects through glass, it's hot and it's hard.
It depends on what glass, I guess. If
hard.
The glass can diffuse it to a certain
that'd be hard
point,
to
right?
cool. I'm interested to see how it works out.
Yeah.
Not only that, but when you have that much glass like that, then you get breakage. There's going to be breakages in some of those things and stuff like that. I hope they took everything really into consideration, like they supposedly
I'm
said
sure
they
did. Yeah.
Well, you'd be surprised. You see some of these architecture things that are not really architecturally sound. It's not like you've seen these stadiums before. This is one of a kind. So we're going to actually see if this is built correctly or not. So
yeah. Well, one thing I think is like I don't know, like this triangle right here on both sides. I'm just like I don't know why that's just kind of throwing me off. It's like, why not put
a
scoreboard there?
I think that is a scoreboard. I think that is a scoreboard. I'm pretty sure.
Because it doesn't look like, like the rest of it's like the American flag. That could be a scoreboard or
maybe that's not. I don't know.
Fan, like an art or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's kind of throwing me off. What I really like is the dog pound. I think the dog pound has a really great opportunity to be one of the best fan sections, as it should be. Kind of is reminiscent to that new stadium in LA that the Clippers play at, where they have that fan section that goes up super steep to fit as many fans as possible in there. And hopefully then that would be the case, that in that section especially is the most affordable seats in the whole entire place, that can have the diehard fans that can go in there and cause some good noise.
I really don't want to be in the dog pound though.
Yeah, I'm not saying that we're gonna sit in the dog pound, but those should be the diehard fans there. Did you get invited to this groundbreaking ceremony?
No, I should have been. How much money I've spent over the last 27 years, but no. The Macho Man was, and Big Dog and all them. I did watch it live.
Yeah.
Joe Thomas interviewed some people, and they interviewed Denzel Ward, Carson Schlesinger, I was there. Joe Thomas, some of the old vets. But
Barry,
yeah, Barry. Oh yeah,
of
Barry and
course,
all that.
Barry Haslam and all.
Haslam's and all that. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it
New
was, it
coach.
was, I mean, it was a nice little presentation. Of course, you got to put your money where your mouth is, and you got to start winning. That's all it comes down to me.
Yeah.
You go play down at the local high school. I wouldn't care as long as you win. I just want to win.
Yeah.
You can give me the state of the art, this and that. Give me the biggest concourses, the best concessions, whatever. I just want to win.
Yeah.
I want to win. I don't want the day to be, oh, that was the greatest tailgate ever, because that's what it comes down to. It all comes down to the tailgate. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it'll be all great, and we'll have a great team by then. Do you think I heard some Cleveland media heads talking about this? What are the odds that Monken is the coach when this new stadium opens?
I'll let you know within the next 2 years, but I'm going to say about 20%.
20% chance? I think that's
Yeah.
generous. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it like I said, it says 29. So you got 26, you got 27, you got 28, 29. That's 4 years away yet. Half, 3/4 of the team will be different from now in 4 years. I'm almost venturing to say that 90% of the team will be new in 4 years.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. That could very well.
Miles
the
Garrett
case.
will not be on the team.
Yeah.
Denzel Ward was all excited there that I can't wait to walk out in front of the fans. But you're not going to be on the team.
Yeah. Well, hopefully
there's gonna be-
our rookies from this year and last year will still be on the squad.
That'll be close. That means they had to be really good because they signed their second contract.
Yeah.
So that's all I see. I only see, like you said, this year's rookies and last year's rookies
Yeah.
have the best chance to be on the team still. Come Harold Fannin.
Fano.
Maybe a couple linemen. Maybe Shador if he turns into the man.
KC and Boston.
Concepcion, yeah. But besides that, you're looking at by the time this thing opens, you're gonna have a whole new team.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. Will be interesting. We'll see it all go out there. It'll be interesting too to see what other events will be there as well, different concerts.
Yeah,
and
well,
in the future of if this was open for FIFA World Cup and stuff, these big events and whatnot. Obviously, Roger Goodell was there talking about bringing the draft again to Cleveland soon because it was during COVID, and how that they want to do Cleveland right and do a draft there soon. But he did say, however, that the Super Bowl would not is a no-go because obviously the stadium has to be great, and this is a Super Bowl caliber stadium. But you had to have so many hotels and things built up around it, and I'm curious to see the build up around the stadium because they have whole residential districts and bars and restaurants and stuff like that. There, I'm curious, is that being built in tandem, or is it the stadiums first and then the whole entire area is all going to be a parking lot for 5 years? That'd be terrible.
I think they're building some stuff with it. They're not going all out kind of thing at first. Listen, they'll never get a Super Bowl because I don't think they will never have enough. They will never have enough rooms. It's not L.A. It's not New Orleans. It's not Arizona. The city is not big enough. They've lost population over the years. It's not like they're gaining a bunch of population around there.
I mean, we're talking a decade from now.
Now, yeah, but I mean, you're talking Columbus. If this was built in Columbus, yeah, you got a chance for sure. There's lots of hotels in Columbus. There's even more coming in Cleveland area. Obviously, there's going to be more. I just don't think there'll be enough. We'll see. I mean, if they start getting top-notch concerts and stuff like that, I can see this helping with the whole Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Do you see they're doing a new
more exciting
edition,
concerts.
the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Oh, no, I didn't. But
yeah, they're actually building a whole new wing, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and they're building their own public park there on the riverfront. And yeah, that's a whole nother conversation there too about the lakefront parks and what's going to be the airport there is going to go away. So building residential and parks and
Yeah. But
restaurant and mixed use district and stuff like
that's
that.
great. Listen, that's great for the city and everything. I'm just saying it's not gonna be enough for them to get a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It's just I just
We'll
don't
see.
I don't see it. I don't. It's a lot of rooms he was talking about for them to have,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know. I just don't see it. I mean, Detroit got a Super Bowl once. They've got one Super Bowl, and they've had a dome since I couldn't tell you. I mean, they had the Silver Dome before they had Ford Field,
Mm-hmm.
and they've still only gotten one Super Bowl. So obviously, they like warmer weather, whether you have a dome or you don't have a dome, because obviously, if Ford Field's only been able to get the Super Bowl one time, I mean, what does that tell you?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, you have to have a dome, and you have to have the hotels and
yeah, that's
the build up around
number
it.
one, and then after that, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
I'm wondering if
pro here, obviously, you got the airport right next door, and the airport is expanding as well at the same
yes,
time.
it is. I mean, listen, it's going to take, I bet, it's going to be at least 4 years till it opens. I'm saying at least 10 years
Yeah.
before they would
I
have an
think so too.
opportunity to even
Mhm.
get a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I do see the draft coming back before that for
Mhm.
sure. They will get another draft to try to rebound after the debacle of COVID. But yeah, we'll see. I'm hoping for great things, like you said. It's going to be a multi-use. They're going to use a 365. Concerts and other shows. They want NCAA tournament, Final
Mhm.
Fours.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll put some basketball games in there. I think soccer could be a huge thing for this area. The women's team coming in.
Yeah. Well, they're building a whole new stadium for the women's team.
Yeah, I know that, but that's down by Cleveland, by the
Progressive Field
Guardians.
and
Yeah.
yeah. Mm.
I just wish they would have built this in downtown, though. I really do.
Yeah, me
Still,
too.
still wish they would have built it downtown. Um, figured out a way, even though it is convenient with you said with the airport, and it does have lots of highways around, but they're gonna have to restructure all the highways and how they're flowing and all that stuff based upon that. But the problem was that they were landlocked against the lake, and it made things really difficult to get people in and out easily and to get enough. I mean, they would never have enough hotels in downtown. That's why, at least where it is at Brook Park, you could build everything around it with all the suburbs that have a lot of nice hotels and get more hotels. It's just, I don't know what the rate of occupancy is in those hotels currently. And they said I think it was $1.2 billion a year economic boom for the city with this new project. So we'll see. And
Wow.
I'm interested to see. The thing is, I hate to say this, but Haslam's ain't getting any younger either. I hope they're around to see this actually come to fruition, and them actually become a winner, because it needs to start to happen. It needs to, they need to put the players in the field that are going to win games. That's what it
Mhm.
comes down to.
Yeah. All right. Well,
All
go
right.
Browns. We'll see it through here. We'll be back next week here. All right.
Go Cavs.
Go Cavs.
Let's start
See
to
you,
look
everybody.
like a team. Later.